Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm John Hartledge. This episode, we're going to revisit a wine that was actually corked in a past episode called Just Dessert. I've got my high hopes set for this Rhône Valley, Southeast France wine from an amazing producer of Châteauneuf-du-Pape, but this is their dessert wine. Looking forward to it. Let's get to it, and let's chat wine. Corkage is just a fact of life. This is 1998, so this has been in the bottle for a while. And when we first opened, in our, I mentioned in that past episode, I knew right away that the cork was a little funny. We went ahead and went through the motions of tasting it, but we knew that what would happen was that the wine would actually taste like cork. You certainly don't want it to smell like cork. And that sounds like a wacky statement. What do you mean? It's cork. Why shouldn't it smell like cork? Really good cork used for wine bottling and subsequent aging in the bottle needs to be neutral, so that the wine in its process of aging infuses maybe a little bit of aromatic into the cork. Once it gets older, the cork does its job of sealing the wine, but it allows this nice little slow alcohol to air oxidation over time, giving the wine a life. And yeah, so it still has it. There is this beautiful little sweet aromatic that's under there, but of course is covered with this corky kind of wet newspaper kind of smell. And I know it tastes that way. So I said, I know this producer, Jaboulet it's a fabulous producer from the southeast of France. So I had a feeling that we really can't do this justice without trying it one more time. And because corks just end up being bad. It's actually caused by a bacteria, and they call it TCA bacteria. Not poisonous, it's in an alcoholic environment, and nothing like that. It just fouls the flavors and the aromatics. Oh, now this has been in the bottle a while, so you may not be able to do that handy, quick little, well, it is loose, that little quick capsule move. I'm gonna do a more formal approach to removing the capsule. So you'll notice on most wine bottles, let me get this against my white here, that you have two ridges. You have the actual top of the bottle, but then you have this nice little ridge, all like almost a ribbon, glass ribbon. You're going to get your cork knife, your corkscrew knife, right under that ribbon, and just follow that ribbon all the way around the bottle. And this little wine opener has a serrated knife, so man, it just does a job on it. Let's see now. Usually, you can take it and just twist it off. Okay, that's getting there. But can I actually get it off of there? I don't think so. I'm trying. I'm just gonna go like that and give one little cut there. And the important thing is don't get nervous about it. If you can't pull it right off, man, you just grab the knife and you make a little, and then it comes right out, okay? The key in wine opening is confidence. You know you got a good thing you're about to share, so why not be confident and just go with the flow? And like I say, if it loosens up, it's easy enough, boom, then, but see, this is 1998. So 98, even though there was no lead and they were changing corks, they were definitely, especially the more traditional producers, were trying to find metals that were nice and pliable. So it shouldn't give you a cut, but I like once in a while doing the more formal approach to pulling that capsule off. There we go. Wow, I was even able to face the label towards you while I did that. You can get that with a little practice. That's not bad. Ah, that's what I wanted. I don't smell cork. I smell the essence of a dessert wine, this nice age, and Muscat. So the grape is Muscat. It's very old, grape. It's been used for thousands of years. It's actually, I'm going to drop a name called Pliny the Great, Pliny the Wise. He was a philosopher and historian and record keeper, friend of some of the Caesars, and he was actually part of the Roman Empire. And he mentioned Muscat in the area of Beaume. And that is, so it's Muscat de, so Muscat of Beaume de Venise. And Beaume de Venise is an area in the southeast of France, or Rhône. They actually had this name of Beaume at the time, even 2,000 years ago. So it's been around. It's actually Muscadel in Spain. This is Muscat de Alexandria, so the Muscat of Alexandria. So think of Alexander the Great and all of that history. So all of that stuff is connected. It's amazing. So, but anyway, Muscat is very old grape. And also on the label, you'll notice it says Vin du Naturel. That's wine, sweet wine, a naturally sweet wine. So what they do with this wine is they actually start fermenting it. So it's going to be sweet, but they stop the fermentation at about 11%. So they know they've got a lot of sugar. And how do they stop the fermentation? They add neutral spirits. It's usually brandy. And very interesting, the brandy kills the yeast, stops the fermentation, so you have all the sweetness in there. Those yeasties didn't get done with all of their fermentation because there's a lot of sugar in there. But what'd you just do? You just gave it body because you put neutral spirits in. So you leave the sweetness in, almost like a port wine. So it's slightly, I would even say, a lightly fortified wine. Oh, that's really cool. So the benefit of this is you get all of the honeyed kind of intense flavors that you expect from a sweeter white wine or dessert wine, but you also get that nice body. You can tell there's this body and there's almost a little bit of port-like feel in the nose, but with the age, figure 1998, this is in the bottle like 20 years. So now you have a little bit of oxidation. So you get that little bit of sherry, kind of tawny kind of thing happening. Oh, that's what I was hoping for, really. This is a beautiful dessert wine. So let's do some comparison. If I were going to buy a really nice port wine, this size of bottle, I could spend 30 some, 40, sometimes $50. About in that $17 price point, that $15 to $18 retail price point. It's fabulous. It's going to be difficult to find. It's an older bottle. I had a purveyor who had it, but I knew that this would be just fun to taste and to enjoy with you. On your end of your cork, if you see this little extra bit of crystal, that's nothing to be scared of. It's little tartrate crystals. Those crystals come out sometimes when there's temperature difference in a very sweet white wine. That's not a problem. That's from tartrate, tartaric acid. It's one of the acids common to fruits and grapes. Oh, that's just so good. So what do we do with this wine? Obviously, it's a dessert wine. Because of its age, like I said, it's the oxidation. So what happens with oxidation flavors? There's this little bit of like almost roasted nut kind of flavors and developed fruits. So I don't want to say raisin, or the because you'll think of just raisin, but it is a raisining type of effect, and it goes great with anything light chocolate. I don't think I go dark chocolate. Lighter milk chocolate with hazelnuts. Oh my goodness. Any kind of little praline type sweet dessert that has a nuttiness to it would be fabulous. And I'm gonna say old grape, really traditional old grape, referenced. Did I say Pliny the Wise or Pliny the Great? I need to work on my old Roman history. Pliny the Elder, and that's how you remember it. Pliny the Elder. He's old. Obviously, he's really old now. The grape is old. This wine is old because it aged, and we benefited. And don't be afraid of that age. Check with your purveyor and make sure if they're going to sell you a bottle with this kind of age. Just make sure that, hey, if I get a bad cork or something, can you switch it out? It's exactly what I did, and he was fine with it, and he or she should be fine with it. Don't be afraid. Confidence when you open. Enjoy the beautiful aspects that can happen in wine with little bit of time in the bottle. It's just like an old-fashioned love song coming down the streets of harmony. Cheers. Come back and let's chat wine.